Yes, sir. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I didn't think I would be back so soon with a brand new Dark Magician deck, baby. Let's go. We made top fourth place at our locals today with Dark Magicians. I actually changed the deck a lot ever since Goofy Gauntlet. As you guys know, people have been putting in new engines in here to make the deck more consistent and just basically kind of like more of Dragoon Turbo, even more than what we had before, right? So I actually tried that out for myself and it actually worked out. It was actually really successful. I'm actually trying out a whole bunch of new versions of the deck that's just basically Dragoon Turbo, trying out new cards, everything like that, because April 30th I'm going to the Hartford Regional to bring Dark Magicians. There's no way I'm bringing any other deck, for sure. And even so, I might be trying out the new Outbat stuff, where the structured deck is actually going to be coming out before that regional day. So Branded Fusion might be a solid option in here. So, and we actually have a brand new tripod thing. It actually has the clamp and everything like that too. It actually came up today in our locals. So after this deck profile and a couple of test hands included in this video as well, I'm actually going to be posting a locals video. Not sure how long it's going to take me, but it's actually going to be pretty cool, pretty spicy. And without further ado, let's just show you guys the spice. What is good, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I have made top 4 at my locals with this new Dark Magician deck. Today this Dark Magician deck is actually different from the one that I took to Goofy Gauntlet. This deck is at 50 cards now, and I'm actually playing some different cards in here compared to my last list. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So bricks, same as ever. You play double copies of Dark Magician, 1 copy of Redeyes Black Dragon, and 1 copy of Mana. For the rest of the Dark Magician core, we're only playing 1 copy of Rod. There are just so many ways to search out Rod from your deck, and this is not the main normal summon that we're actually going to be resolving around compared to the last list. We're still playing triple copies of Magician Souls. Magician Souls is just a great card. Why would you ever want to pass up on playing 3 Souls? We're playing triple copies of Soul Servant. We're playing 1 copy of Circle and 1 copy of Eternal Soul. And now for the new engine that we actually put into the deck, we're actually played a heavier Redeyes Engine. We're playing triple copies of Black Metal Dragon, being the better normal summon compared to Magician's Rod by itself. 1 copy of Red MD, as it is searchable with the Black Metal Dragon. We're playing the 1 copy of Wyvern, mainly because we're playing triple copies of Redeyes Insight. And to go along with the Redeyes Insight, we played triple copies of Redeyes Fusion. Obviously still a Dark Magician card, but it is synergizing more with the Redeyes cards, as it is actually searchable. And the last card we actually play in the Redeyes Engine is Return of the Redeyes. So obviously here we basically still have like our revival traps for Dark Magician and Redeyes. Return of the Redeyes is obviously an Eternal Soul for the deck, but when it comes to only controlling a Redeyes monster, if you don't control a Redeyes monster, you cannot activate Redeyes Return of the Redeyes whatsoever. Compared to Eternal Soul, when you don't really need to have any sort of monsters on the board. You just need to have Dark Magician in either hand or graveyard to summon it, whereas Return of the Redeyes, you can only summon from graveyard. And the main thing about both of these cards is when they're destroyed. Eternal Soul obviously doesn't have the good effect when it's destroyed, which means you have to destroy all monsters on board. And Return to Redeyes, for example, when this card is destroyed, you can target 1 Redeyes monster in my graveyard and special summon it. What else is a Redeyes monster? Redeyes Dark Dragoon. If this card gets outed in any sort of way possible, you can just bring this card back. The only thing about it is that you will not be able to pop 2 since it was revived back from grave, but it's still an Omni Negate, and it is still an indestructible body. Obviously, for more of your cards in the deck, still running Sky Striker stuff, still 1 card Verti Anaconda, and card we playing still the Magical Ice Fusion, still a great card over here. Really good to go into your 2nd copy of Dragoon. For the ritual package, we're running double copies of Illusion of Chaos, still running the 2. Since we're playing the 50 card deck now, playing triple copies of Preparation of Rice seems to be like the better call. And as usual, whenever you have your copy of Illusion of Chaos already, when you activate Preparation of Rice, another card you can search is the Cerberus. This actually came up once today when I got targeted, when my rod got targeted for Fog Blade, and I just activated Cerberus to negate it, and it was just a card just floating there. Now going into the hand traps, besides Cerberus over here, we actually have the one copy of Nibiru. We have double copies of Ash Blossom. We have double copies of Valor, double copies of Imperm, and we still play the 2 cross out with the 1 copy of Call by the Grave. So mainly why you play the 1 copy of Nibiru, the Primal Beating only, is when you go into the route of Black Metal Dragon, you would definitely be summoning more than 5 times. I believe it would be 6 or 7 summons. And so if your opponent were to actually use Nibiru on you, you would just use cross out just to declare Nibiru and just banish it from your deck just to negate the effects. And for the rest of the cards in the deck, we're playing triple copies of Skill Drain. Great card, why not play it? And we're playing triple copies of Torrential Tribute. Alright, now for the extra deck, playing double copies of Dragoon. Cool card, great card. We actually now put in the 1 copy of Quintet Magician. We do get 5 spellcasters in the graveyard, being able to just resolve after resolving everything. We have 1 of each name, and being able to keep the 1 copy of Dark Magician, still pretty cool. We have the Link 1s, we have the Sky Striker package with a 1 Link Karibo as well. Striker Dragon is mainly in here. You can play Boost Sector Launch just to chain block the Black Metal Dragon, but I really don't find that to be necessary whatsoever. For the rest of the Link 1s, we're playing the 1 Artemis, the 1 Imduck, and the 1 Link Spider. Artemis is kind of like a weird card now within the 50 card version, because you're only running the 1 Magician's Rod. And opening up the Black Metal Dragon is just a better normal summon in my own opinion. But there's still a possibility you could be opening up the weird hands, so Artemis is still here for that instance. Link 2s, Verte Anaconda, 2 of them. Dark, the Dark Charmer, being able to steal anything. That can climb up to the Selene, and that can climb up to the Axis Code Talker. Alright, now for the side deck. Nothing really changed from the Goofy Gauntlet. We're still playing 2 Atlantia, 2 Droll, 2 Secret Village, triple copies of Judgment, triple copies of Dark Ruler, and triple copies of Evenly. The only thing different about this is that I actually resolved Lancia today against Flunder. It actually pretty much ended the game right there and then. But other than that, same extra deck, really didn't resolve anything else. Most of the power was just in the main deck anyways. For my matchups today, round 1 I went up against Tri-Brigade Lunalight. I actually lost 0-2. My next round was against ABC. I 2-0'd him. The next round after that, I played against Dino. It was tied. It was 1-1. And for my last round, I went up against Flunder, 2-0. And now, without further ado, we're gonna give you guys some test hands. What is good, everyone? We're here at the first test hand actually, and I actually managed to get a good test hand while just messing around. So as you see here, we are messing around with heavier Redeyes Engine. We have the Black Metal, we have the Insight, and the rest of the cards we usually play in the Dark Magician strategy. So when it comes to the new Redeyes support that we put into the deck, this is how the deck would pretty much function now. Normal summon the Black Metal, link away the Black Metal for your Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon is actually really important to the deck. You can play Pitsy if you really wanted to, but I would just prefer Striker Dragon just because you activate the effect of Black Metal Dragon. You would search out your copy of your Redeyes Darkness Metal. You would banish the Striker, summon, effect to bring back the Black Metal, link away to go for your Verte Anaconda. And then now again, you would activate the Black Metal effect. I would just search out another copy of Insight or Redeyes Fusion if you really wanted to. in case they would interrupt your Verte Anaconda within this turn anyways. So actually we'll do that. We will search a copy of Redeyes Fusion, add that to hand, activate the effect of your Verte Anaconda, send your Dragoon package from deck to grave. Then you get your nice copy of Redeyes Dark Dragoon, and now at this point you would just activate on any of the other spell cards you have in hand. So now we would show off the power of Redeyes Insight. Redeyes Insight was sent to cost from deck to grave for cost. You will send your Redeyes Wyvern, because Redeyes Wyvern actually does have an effect in graveyard where if you didn't normal summon or set this turn, you are able to banish this card to special summon a Redeyes monster from graveyard. And if Redeyes Dark Dragoon gets outed one way or the other, you can bring that back from your graveyard. It won't be able to have the pop 2 effect, but it will be able to have the negate and just basically still be an unbeatable body. So with the Redeyes Insight, we actually searched out Return of the Redeyes. If you don't know what Return of the Redeyes does, is basically like an Eternal Soul for the deck. As long as you control a Redeyes monster, you can bring back any normal monster from your graveyard. It's not like Eternal Soul where you can summon the Dark Magician from hand. You can also actually you could just summon from the graveyard. So now the cards we have in hand, Dark Magical Circle. We will never hit off of this. Actually, that's pretty funny. We actually did now. Okay, we get that in hand. And at this point, I'm not sure if we would activate this to get the copy of Eternal Soul, since we already have Return of the Redeyes anyway. So let's say this instance, we would set 1, set 2, set 3, and honestly you can even set 4. You can even activate it this turn if you really want to. Say as if you can bring back Dark Magician. But the only thing about Return of the Redeyes, you need a Redeyes monster on board. If you don't have any Redeyes monsters on board, you can't activate this effect whatsoever. So that kind of brings up a downside of Return of the Redeyes compared to Eternal Soul. But it actually has an upside where if this card were to be destroyed in your possession, you can special summon a Redeyes monster from your graveyard. So like I said about Redeyes Wyvern, once again you can bring back the Redeyes Dark Dragoon as well. What I was basically trying to show you guys earlier is what Redeyes Insight does by itself. As you've seen from before, Redeyes Insight will get you to the Return of the Redeyes once you resolve your full combo. But if you have a hand where it's just like hand traps or even trap cards with just Redeyes Insight, you would just go ahead, activate Insight. And this can also be used to just bait out hand traps as well, like Ash Blossom and everything like that. So that's good. Redeyes Insight will send a Wyvern for cost. You would always send the Wyvern because like you don't really have any other sort of names that you can send. You can't send Black Metal, and Red MD is not exactly a card that you would send off of this. So with the Redeyes Insight, you will be searching out your Redeyes Fusion and just basically just activate your Redeyes Fusion. Where this deck is actually at 50 cards. So something that some people might be concerned with is like you're playing triple copies of Redeyes Fusion within a 40 card deck, and you upping the cards by 10 cards, and you would just be afraid not to see your Redeyes Fusion. But with your Redeyes Insight and even your Black Metal Dragon, you just see like a whole lot more of your Redeyes Engine as well. I actually really do recommend this engine whatsoever when it comes to a Dark Magician deck like this.